Hi, it's Alan Begg here. Welcome to this week's TEFL, TESOL, ESL lesson. Today's lesson is going to be on pronouns. It's going to be a PPP style lesson. Presentation, practice and production. Let's do a little warm-up exercise to see what you might already know about this week's topic of pronouns. Can you fill in these blanks? Blank gave blank some flowers. What are the pronouns in this sentence? Blank gave blank some flowers. It's he gave her some flowers. He and her are pronouns. Example 2. Blank is blank Teddy. Blank is blank Teddy. This is my. This and my are pronouns. Example 3. Halt. Blank goes there. Halt. Blank goes there. What do you think the blank should be? It's who. Halt. Who goes there? Who is a pronoun. Okay. How many different types of pronouns do you know? There are 9 different types of pronoun, and they are personal pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, indefinite pronoun, possessive pronoun, reciprocal pronoun, relative pronoun, reflexive pronoun, and intensive pronoun. 9 different types of pronoun. Personal pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, indefinite pronoun, possessive pronoun, reciprocal pronoun, relative pronoun, reflexive pronoun, and intensive pronoun. As always, it's not vital when you're learning to speak English to know exactly what type of pronoun you are using. The important thing is to be able to identify when a word is a pronoun. Let's look at some theory about the topic of pronouns. What are pronouns? Pronouns are short words which we swap for nouns, and this is to make writing and speech faster and more varied. Consider this sentence, for example. Alan went to the park with Alan's ball. Alan played with Alan's ball for about an hour before Alan decided to return to Alan's flat. Now, that just sounds wrong. Sounds awful. There's too many repetitions of the name Alan. The script just sounds boring. So consider this instead. Alan went to the park with his ball. He played with his ball for about an hour before he decided to return to his flat. So that just sounds right. This script sounds less boring by swapping all the proper nouns, in that particular case the name Alan, for pronouns. Let's look at the 9 different types of pronouns one at a time, starting with personal pronouns. Probably the most common one that you might know. What are personal pronouns? Personal pronouns are the type of pronouns that people are the most familiar with. Examples of personal pronouns are I, you, me, he, she, him, her, it, we, they, them, who. More often than not, personal pronouns are replacing nouns which represent people, but can also refer to things too. Here's examples of personal pronouns in a sentence. I bought a new toothbrush yesterday. I had to buy batteries as they weren't included. I, and they are personal pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns. What are demonstrative pronouns? Demonstrative pronouns indicate whether the substituted noun is singular or plural, and whether it is near or far away. And that's both physically near or far away, or with regards to time. Here's some examples of demonstrative pronouns. This, that, these, those. This means singular and near. That means singular and not near. These means plural and near. And those means plural and not near. Here's a couple of examples of sentences containing demonstrative pronouns. This is the one I left in the car. Shall I take those? This and those are demonstrative pronouns in these two sentences. Interrogative pronouns. What are interrogative pronouns? Interrogative pronouns are used exclusively in questions. Here's some examples of interrogative pronouns. What, which, who, and whom. Although they are classified as pronouns, it is not immediately obvious how interrogative pronouns replace nouns. It is the answer to the question that the interrogative pronouns are replacing, which will be a noun. So the answer to the question will be a noun. For example, who told you to do that? The answer to that question in this case would be Alan. So Alan told you to do that. So the who is replacing Alan. Who told you to do that? The answer is Alan. The interrogative pronoun who is the answer to the question, and the answer to this question is Alan. Alan told you to do that. Indefinite pronouns. What are indefinite pronouns? Indefinite pronouns refer to people or things without being specific. They are indefinite. Here's some examples of indefinite pronouns. All, some, any, several, everything, everywhere, anyone, nobody, everyone, each, both, few, either, none, one. Indefinite pronouns are the largest group of pronouns. They have the most examples. Here's an example sentence using an indefinite pronoun. Somebody must have seen the driver leave. So in this sentence, somebody is an indefinite pronoun. Possessive pronouns. What are possessive pronouns? Possessive pronouns represent a noun and tells you who owns it. Here's some examples of possessive pronouns. Mine, yours. Note, it doesn't have an apostrophe, it's not apostrophe S. Hers, his. Again, there's no extra S. Its, not with the apostrophe S. Ours, again, not apostrophe S, and theirs, also not apostrophe S. Ordinarily, we'd be used to putting an apostrophe S for indicating possession, but not with possession when it's possessive pronouns. For example, if it was a name like Alan's, that would be Alan apostrophe S. but possessive pronouns don't have the apostrophe S. The one that most people get wrong is its. When it's referring to possession of a thing, it's its without the apostrophe S. It's not short for it is. It's not a contraction. It's not a contraction of it is. It's its, indicating a possessing. Here's an example sentence using a possessive pronoun. These tickets are ours. In this sentence, ours is a possessive pronoun. Reciprocal pronouns. What are reciprocal pronouns? Reciprocal pronouns are used for actions and emotions that are reciprocated. Reciprocated means to give or to feel the same. Here's a couple of examples of reciprocal pronouns. Each other, one another. Here's an example sentence containing a reciprocal pronoun. They talk openly to one another like they were old friends. In this sentence, one another is a reciprocal pronoun. Relative pronouns. What are relative pronouns? Relative pronouns are used to add more information to the sentence. Here's a couple of examples of relative pronouns. Which and that. Here's an example of a sentence with a relative pronoun. The dog that stole my dinner is sitting outside. In that sentence, that is a relative pronoun. The dog is a common noun in that sentence. That is a relative pronoun. The use of that gives us an opportunity to know more about the dog. So using that allows us to know that the dog ate the dinner and it's sitting outside. Reflexive pronouns. What are reflexive pronouns? Reflexive pronouns refer to another noun or pronoun in the sentence. Examples of reflexive pronouns: myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, themselves. So here's an example of a sentence with a reflexive pronoun. The dog chased its own tail and bit itself. In that sentence, itself is a reflexive pronoun. Intensive pronouns, the final category. What are intensive pronouns? Intensive pronouns refer back to another noun or pronoun in the sentence to emphasize it. Here's some examples of intensive pronouns: myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Now, if you've been paying attention, you'll see that the list of intensive pronouns is exactly the same as the list of reflexive pronouns. The difference is they are used differently. Here's an example sentence containing an intensive pronoun. John baked all the bread himself. So that himself is referring back to John. In that sentence, himself is an intensive pronoun. It's very difficult to spot the difference between intensive pronouns and reflexive pronouns. As we saw, the list is the exact same, and basically they are the same. Let's have a look at some multiple choice questions to see what you've learned so far about pronouns. Let's do a wee quiz. So, fill in the blank with the correct pronoun. Gary's mum asked blank to clean the garage. Is it A, her? Is it B, him? Or is it C, them? Gary's mum asked blank to clean the garage. It's him. Gary's mum asked him to clean the garage. Question 2. When the brothers visited their grandparents, they were on blank best behaviour. Is it A, there? Is it B, there? Or is it C, there? It's there. When the brothers visited their grandparents, they were on their best behaviour. Question 3. My niece was crying because she needed blank nappy changed. Is it A, his? Is it B, her? Or is it C, our? It's B, her. My niece was crying because she needed her nappy changed. Question 4. If you want something done right, you've got to do it blank. Is it A, yourself, B, myself, or C, ourselves? It's A, yourself. If you want something done right, you've got to do it yourself. Question 5. The baby was tightly holding blank teddy bear toy. Is it his, her, or their? It's their. The baby was tightly holding their teddy bear toy. How did you get on with those multiple choice quiz questions? Let's continue on with some more questions to see what you've learned so far. Remember to pause the video if you want to play along. I'm going to list the questions first, so you can be writing down the answers, and then at the end of the list of questions we'll go over the answers. Identify the pronouns in each of these sentences. Note there may be more than one pronoun. Let's do an example together to start with. Alan dropped his bottle on the ground. So answer 1, his. His is a possessive pronoun. His. Okay, question 1. The girls standing under the tree ate their lunch. There's one pronoun in that sentence. The girls standing under the tree ate their lunch. Question 2. When I looked over at him, he was reading his book. There's 4 pronouns in that sentence. Question 3. It literally has been a lovely day today, which is pretty rare in Scotland. 2 pronouns in that sentence. Question 4. Can we play football outside, please? 1 pronoun in that sentence. Any thoughts? Question 5. Be careful. You really shouldn't be doing that. 2 pronouns in that sentence. Question 6. Does anyone know whose bag this is? 3 pronouns in that sentence. Question 7. What is the point of telling you how to do something? 4 pronouns in that sentence. Question 8. He taught me everything I know. 4 pronouns in that sentence. Question 9. Did you bring my screwdriver back? 2 pronouns in that sentence. And question 10. These are ours. Remember, you got those for everybody for their Christmas. And there's 6 pronouns in that sentence. How did you do? Are we ready to check our answers? So a reminder of the worked example. Alan dropped his bottle on the ground and his was a possessive pronoun. Let's do our questions. The girls standing under the tree ate their lunch. What's the pronoun in that sentence and which type of pronoun is it? So it's their, and that's a possessive pronoun. Question 2. When I looked over at him, he was reading his book. 4 pronouns in that question. They are I, which is a personal pronoun, him, personal pronoun, he, personal pronoun, and his, possessive pronoun. I, him, he, and his. Question 3. It really has been a lovely day today, which is pretty rare in Scotland. 2 pronouns there, and they are it and which. It, personal pronoun, and which, an interrogative pronoun. Question 4. Can we play football outside, please? 1 pronoun in that question. How are you getting on so far? 100%, I'm sure. This one is we, which is a personal pronoun. Question 5. Be careful. You really shouldn't be doing that. 2 pronouns there. And they are you and that. You, personal pronoun, and that, demonstrative pronoun. Question 6. Does anyone know whose bag this is? Three pronouns there are anyone, whose, and this. Anyone, an indefinite pronoun. whose, an interrogative pronoun, and this, a demonstrative pronoun. Question 7. What is the point of me telling you how to do something? And there's 4 pronouns in that sentence. And they are what, me, you, and something. What, interrogative, me, personal, you, personal, and something, indefinite. Question 8. He taught me everything I know. And there's 4 pronouns in that short sentence. So they are he, me, everything, and I. He, personal pronoun, me, personal pronoun, everything, indefinite pronoun, and I, personal pronoun. Question 9. Did you bring my screwdriver back? 2 pronouns there. And they are you and my. You, personal pronoun, and my, possessive pronoun. And on to our last question. These are ours. Remember, you got those for everybody for their Christmas. 6 pronouns. And they are these, ours, you, those, everybody, and their. These, demonstrative pronoun, ours, possessive pronoun, you, personal pronoun, those, demonstrative pronoun, everybody, indefinite pronoun, and their, possessive pronoun. So you can see throughout these 6 questions, pronouns make up a very large part of sentence structure, writing, and speech. Thanks again for listening to today's lesson, which I hope you found useful. Any constructive criticisms, questions, or inquiries, as always, please leave them in the comments section. Until the next time,